Hail them.
Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
I don't know why I keep giving alien street food a chance. It's always such a gamble.
Captain, we're being hailed.
On screen.
Hello and welcome to another Hailing Frequencies Open podcast where we are trekking through the past and future of Star Trek. I'm your host, Mike Jones, and joining me here in the virtual studio, he was cranky and ready to clock out at 2 because he missed talking to us. So let's see if we get a word in edgewise tonight. It's Damien.
You know, we'll see. We never know how these moods are going to go when we're cranky at our day jobs, and then we sit down here, and it's a reset, and a reset to what? I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Well, the person who wrote that intro for you is next. See, when it comes to the word friend, she's the stingiest person we know. It's Lanita.
Lies, and fallacies. I am a giver. I am the nicest person you'll ever meet. And I would give you the shirt off of my back.
You would, because we're friends, but this is a reference to not long ago she accused me of overusing that word.
Friends? Yes, you can't call everybody your friend, man. They're associates, they're acquaintances, they're people that you know. Not everybody's a friend. Oh, and haha, very funny that you should say that, because a friend of ours sent me a text today saying that in honor of her dear departed, may she rest in peace, mother, I should go make a friend today. And I said, well, I'm all full up on those, but okay, I'll try.
It's a small, intimate circle of trusted friends.
That is correct. Yeah. No new friends.
Well,
There's no vacancy.
It's one of those things where you realize that you're we've talked about this a little before, where you realize your life is filled up enough where you have people who you love where you're just not going to show up for them. You're like, I got day work, I got night work, I got a podcast, like I love you.
Slots are filled. Slots
are filled. There's only so much of me.
That's amazing.
Hi, Mike Jones. Hi, Dana.
I have no way to transition out of that. I'm like, speaking of
the
filling
funny thing
slots,
is that it's just us, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. You don't need
I know.
to transition.
That's true.
I know. When we don't have any company, we can just be our insane
unsupervised
selves.
Today.
Unsupervised today, yeah.
I need an adult.
How long has it been since we've, it's been a couple weeks.
It's been like a month since.
That's a couple weeks.
Since we three meet.
A fortnight?
Yes, it's been a fortnight.
I feel like we've each had some sort of life happening in the interim, which maybe we can spare our audience the dirty details. But I'm sorry, there haven't been new episodes for a minute because we all had other things happening.
Right?
Because we get to have a break, a little pause.
I'm going to say the other things happening were not my choice. I would rather have been doing this.
I know.
Wow, you're so cryptic. Well, the other things happening on my end, other than I went on vacation, I went on a cruise, so that was my choice. And then I went out of town for a work conference, so that wasn't my choice, but it was fun. And then I went out of town for what we're talking about today, a Star Trek convention, and I didn't go very far because this was in Orlando, about 2 hours from where I live. Trek to Orlando. I
was supposed to meet you there, but I did come in technically on the date of the plus one's birthday, so I couldn't really be like, "Hey, I know we just arrived."
I know I'm in the same city as you, but.
Yeah, we just met in the airport. Like literally, it was. And here's what's wild about it, is that the flight was delayed on my end, which made him arriving at a closer time to us arriving, so we could just chill for a second and then get our bags and sit there. It's like, I've landed in a completely different fucking terminal, and then wait for him to come to us to then take an Ubs to the happiest place on earth. And I could be like, hey, I'm gonna be back.
No, I totally get it.
So really, Mike Jones, on the topic of friends, How did it feel going to the Star Trek convention knowing that none of yours showed up for you?
No.
All by myself.
I'm sorry. I wanted to.
One is the loneliest number.
Well, so Tim went with me to Orlando, but he went to Disney, not the convention.
So you stayed in like a a Disney hotel, or
We stayed at a Disney hotel.
Where'd you
We
stay?
stayed Port Orleans French
Orleans.
Quarter.
So good. Great beignets.
So good. Great. Oh, and the Haunted Mansion beignets they have right now. Oh my God.
Yeah, did you go to you didn't go to the Ookie Spooky, not so
No,
scary.
I didn't. We'd done it a couple years ago.
Yeah, we tried, but that didn't happen. I mean, we were there. However, got there too late to get the actual bag, so we got a random black plastic bag, which is fine.
Oh,
It's fine. Got the wristband, whatever, and
yeah.
did like a couple little candy things.
Yeah.
Did not see one lick of that parade. He was
Oh,
done.
it's the best parade. He was
No
done.
shit, Sherlock. Yeah. Oh, he was like, ah. I was like, we could stay on
Yeah.
here. No. Okay, we're going. I mean, it was 11:30, so like I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
be mad that like at 9 o'clock he's a
Yeah. You have to
Looney
prep
Tunes.
for that. You have to yeah.
There was no prepping.
No prepping. No prep work. So it was fine. So the convention, it was a creation convention at the Doubletree in Orlando. That is the name of it is Doubletree at the entrance to Universal Studios. So it was very close to Universal and not that
Did you
close to
not go to
Disney.
Disney? Did you go? Did y'all end up going to Universal at all?
No, we let our passes lapse on Universal. But I mean, we're talking about, getting them again,
Well, you're a
especially now
Florida
that there's a
resident,
third
so
park. Yeah, I mean, you can get a better deal as a Florida resident.
you
I'll tell you,
can.
here's the thing about Universal. I know that we just did an episode about theme parks and I didn't say any of this, but okay, a Universal Studios ride has to have three things. One, screens.
Two,
Two, spinning. And
three.
three, you get water on you at some point.
Mm.
So the screens make me dizzy, the spinning makes me dizzy, and the water I don't mind. But so yeah, a lot of the rides at Universal, I walk away like I close my eyes during them because otherwise I don't feel well afterwards.
Yeah, there was only one that did that, and it was only because of the sheer force. Like at the new park, the Celestial
Oh,
Twin, whatever. Well, that
too much.
sucker. It was fine. Like I wanted to do the other side because apparently the green side is different from the yellow side.
Mm.
One has more twists, one has more ups and downs.
Yes,
But the
yes.
plus one said, I'm doing it once, thank you. Because if you have to go through a metal detector in order to get on a ride,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
dangerous. Oh, no pins,
Yes.
no nothing. Just like the Velocicoaster Raptor
Yeah.
one,
you
which
mean
is
like it'll
great.
like suck all your staples out?
It's
You can't have you can't have your lanyard on, you can't have a pin
yeah.
on because the
If
G-force
it falls too, it could hurt
hurt
someone.
someone. It's like dropping a penny off the Empire State Building.
Right. Um So yeah, Orlando, lots of things to do. But
Creation said we're gonna be
creation.
there.
I went, I know. It's funny, this was only like 2 weekends after the Vegas convention. So I kind of thought like, oh, like everybody went to Vegas, like this won't be very popular, it won't be very big. It did have some good guests, and the turnout was really good, actually. I was surprised. There were more nerds there than I thought. People who can't afford to go all the way to Vegas, people like me. Like, we didn't go to Vegas.
No,
So
we should though one day.
we should one day. Maybe for
And
the
we should get
60th.
our act together like in the beginning part of the year and make and commit to it.
Right.
Oh,
Because Colby said to me
committing.
a couple weeks ago, he's like, "But the Vegas thing is next week, right?" I was like, "Next week is not. This is not. Vegas is not going to be like a week ahead plan, like which tells you something about."
Now that's a 3 to 4 month window. Being like, okay, it's happening. Where am I putting my deposit down? Situation. So then I can like actually force myself to go.
Vegas used to be affordable. Now it's more expensive than it used to be.
Correct.
Yeah.
So who were the headliners at the convention?
Yep. What'd you do? Walk us through
So
it.
Wait.
oh.
The first question. I'm sorry. This is Lanita's precedent that she set last time. What did you wear?
Yes, very good.
Okay, on day one, I wore our swag, a Hailing
Ooh.
Frequencies open t-shirt,
Lovely.
the blue one. And then on the second day, what did I wear?
You wear your uniform at any time?
I did not wear the uniform.
Too hot.
Yeah, I just thought it would be too hot, and like, I don't know, it's a little bit different when you're doing it by yourself. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But there were other people there in cosplay by themselves, so but it,
For
um
you, it's too much. I
it was,
understand.
yeah, it was maybe too much for me. What did I wear? I think I wore and it was a Star Trek t-shirt, but I maybe one of the Pride ones with the rainbow and the symbol.
Mm.
Um but I bought this shirt there. If you're watching the video version, it is a
Risa. Mike Jones is wearing a
yes,
Risa tank top with a
it's
Horgon visible.
with a
Hmm.
Horgon, and it
He
says,
is
"What is?" Oh,
Wait,
seeking
wait, no, wait, you
Tamaharon, and then he
disappeared.
just
Wait, okay, they
disappeared into his
disappeared. Okay, no,
background.
wait, don't
oh
disappear.
no! It says, "What is ours is yours," or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did we know that that was the tagline for Risa before?
No,
Because
I
that's
didn't. But it
Is
makes
very
that the
sense.
tagline for Risa,
All
or
that
did
is
someone just make that
ours
up?
is yours. I think that like when they first beam down, like someone says that to them, like
Ooh,
maybe in a Deep Space Nine or
alluring kind of
maybe
way. Yes,
that's
this
very
is familiar.
Enterprise went to
sexy.
Risa too, so maybe I don't know. Yeah. Um, to answer your other question, headliners. So Anson Mount and Ethan Peck and
Who's
Jerry
Anson Mount?
Ryan.
I know there's who.
Anson Mount is Captain Pike.
Oh, how about I don't know the man's name? I just know he's
Mhm.
a silver fox of it all.
Dreamy. Um,
Dreamy. Mm-hmm.
Spock, Ethan Peck.
Yeah, well, I knew
Um,
that one.
mhm. uh, Christina Chong was there, also from Strange New World. She plays
Laan Noonien
on
Singh.
Noonien Singh. Anthony Rapp was there from Rent.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, we know him. Black-eyed.
Gates McFadden. There
Love
really
her.
wasn't a lot of TNG turnout. Like Gates McFadden was really the representative there, and then Nana Visitor was bringing up the Deep Space Nine component.
Oh, I've
Um,
seen Nana.
yeah,
Do you get any? Do you do the like signature photo situations anymore?
no, I mean I never really did. The only
Or
signature I ever
ever?
did was Nichelle Nichols. I was like, this is a once in a lifetime
Yeah.
opportunity. But yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, I don't want to sound cheap, but it is kind of expensive to, you know what I mean?
No, but it
Like
is.
it
It's
Yeah.
is.
it
Well, and if it's
is
not like a thing that you ordinarily value,
correct.
like,
Yes.
and I think that we all have this experience from having, lived in New York for a
Entertainment jobs.
time and worked
Yep.
in theater, worked in somewhat famous
Right.
venues where you see
Right.
famous people and you have to deal with actors in a very different way, and it
Yep.
drives home that they're kind of just people,
Because
Yeah.
they
and
are.
because they are, and
They have a job and it's like, okay, great.
Right.
Like you have
Mhm.
notoriety. Good for you. Do you need to go? What floor do you need to go to? Moving on.
Yes. Are
I
you
will say
blocking the elevator,
this.
Robin Curtis? Learn how to use an
Right.
elevator.
Get out of the way, Robin Curtis. I will say
The
Lovely
this.
lovely
Anna
woman,
Wintour.
Ethan
Lovely woman.
Peck in person is so beautiful.
Ethan Peck. Oh my God.
He has
I
this
can
like little
only
gray in the
imagine.
front right now of it. Oh,
Ooh.
like
I know. And
gorgeous man.
he's gonna have that silver hair like Anson Mount very soon.
He is. He is. And I'm
Is
here
that
Yeah.
for
hair
it.
natural on him or do they dye that? Anson,
You mean in the show? Oh, Anson? Oh no, it's natural. It's his natural color, and they do a lot to it to make it do
the
the
thing.
shape. Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's it. And see,
Silver Fox.
I assumed as much, right? Like I just was like, it looks too. There are wizards with color who can make
Yes.
many things look natural. However, it just there's always just a little. You're just like,
Yeah.
is that
He may have a color wizard there helping him out. I would not be
maybe
surprised if
Oh,
there's some
sure.
chemical
to
enhancements
like
to make
maybe
it.
even it out and pop a little bit
Yeah.
of gloss or
Mhm.
whatnot. But the fact that like that's the color of his hair
Right.
enhanced is different from we're dyeing your head, i.e., I'm watching Riverdale and looking at these terrible red hair dye situations. Never watched it before. Now I'm just like obsessed for some stupid reason because it's horrible. But I'm just like, God damn, y'all couldn't do better hair. But anyway, we've already established me and hair in
Well,
TV shows.
I learned from a color friend that silver is a very expensive color to do artificially.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I've sent
oh,
that
that's
friend many
interesting.
videos watching people like separate out darks and lows and trying to blend in gray and silver to make it like look
Look
natural.
natural. Oh,
Yeah.
Intense.
My sister is going gray in the most gradual kind of way. And it is like turning sort of like curly and wiry. And so she's like, can I just dye it silver? Can I just can I just move this along? And so
Along.
I asked the question. And apparently it's a very, very expensive thing to do if you're not actually silver or gray.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I've thought that too. Like just bite the bullet and go all the way. My grandmother always wanted either silver or like white hair,
That's me.
and it never got there. It was always like grayish, salt and peppery.
I'm waiting. I am like my little grays are coming in and they're like everywhere. I'm just like, oh, let me be Miss Snow and Polly, the made for TV
Um,
movie. I just want white.
You
I
know
just
what?
want to
We're going to go on pod hiatus. We're not going to see her for a minute and we're going to turn this thing on. And there's
right,
just going to be
I'm gonna be
right.
Storm. I'm gonna
you know
hold my
what?
hair.
Storm.
Yep. Something's
Storm
going to
with an
happen. It's going
afro.
to surprise her. Got to change all the artwork.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to update the artwork again.
Correct. That is
That's
correct.
funny. Yeah, that's well, we didn't mention that in the top. We've decided that this is our fifth season, which
Yes.
is a little
Yay.
arbitrary. It kind of just
So
depends on how we've done, 20 or 30 episodes.
correct.
But that little hiatus that we took this summer, I was like, well, this is probably a good time to do a season break. And with the new season, I got requests from my co-hosts to edit their avatar.
I love it.
Well, listen, because we saw all right. So I just watched one of my favorite episodes. Now this is a bad example. Way of the Warrior. It's like my home base DS9 that I'll watch 1,000 times is Way of the Warrior.
Uh-huh.
But that when a new and now I'm saying this and I'm realizing it's not true about this episode, but that when a new season starts, that like people get like a little. Sometimes there's a promotion. Sometimes there's
Right.
a like Dax became a lieutenant commander randomly, right?
Right.
Or like
A
sometimes
uniform gets a little snugger,
yes,
tighter, little extra
season
something.
yes. All of a sudden, Kira Nerys is wearing like heels instead of boots.
Yeah.
Correct.
Or
The
like
hair's a little more
season 2 of
coiffed.
TNG, all of a sudden Worf and Geordi are in gold instead of red.
That is correct. They said we can't be killing the people who are going to actually be here.
Damien, I know that you're very excited and animated, but you keep leaning away from the mic and then getting really close to the mic and then leave.
Oh, am I giving you an audio thing? Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Let's see if you get any complaints. See if you're like, from the front line.
That's funny. Our tens of fans are vocal.
Are vocal,
Yes.
and they'll tell us when they don't like an episode.
I love it. I love
Thanks,
it.
friends.
Quote unquote.
So yeah,
friends.
what else do you want to know about the
Everything.
con?
Yes, I want to know about the panels. Were there panels that were entertaining or that were
Any good
informative? Did
pins?
you learn anything?
Any
Any
moopsies?
good pins? Okay, panels. So
Panels first.
Panels.
my
first.
favorite panels, the Jerry Ryan Michelle Hurd panel was great. They talked a little bit about the show that never happened.
Never was. Yeah.
and probably never will. Someone asked Jerry Ryan what her engage phrase was going to be. And she said, well, they had written something. And then Michelle Hurd was like, I know what it is. But she was like, but I won't say because maybe it'll happen one day. And then she said that someone suggested that if Legacy does happen, they should never say it. Like they should always like cut off right before so that we never find out what it is.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny.
That's great. No, and then like you have to like at the very last episode, like Picard being invited to play poker.
Don't you think it's either something like comply,
right,
or something really straightforward like now,
yes,
or go.
Go. Isn't that what Spock's was gonna like? That was kind of a joke, but like I would like to go
ship
fast,
to go now.
right, or whatever.
Yeah.
I have to think of what mine would see. Now I feel like we should figure out what ours. Well, you both probably know because you've thought about it for your entire lives, but I have to think about what mine would be.
Well, I feel
I
like it's actually only recently with New Trek that yes,
yeah.
like we've seen them um like was Engage really a Captain Picard thing until
Make it so.
Make It So is for
Make
sure
It
the
So
Picard
definitely
thing.
was. Engage, he did this little hand signal with it too.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I think that was pretty iconic. But yeah, it's not like they did something with, Janeway
What did
or
she say?
she just said engage, like it was like she didn't
Yes.
get her own thing. Um
Mm,
I think it changed in the J.J. Abrams movie when Pike said punch it. It was punch it or hit it.
hit it. Wasn't it
Hit
hit
it.
it?
Hit it. Hit it.
Oh, I thought Hit It came from Anson Mount. Or I
Oh,
should say
Anson
Anson
Mount
Mount's
is
Pike.
hit it.
Pike.
No, but in the J.J. Abrams movie, I think he said punch it or something.
And
And it was
Pike said
kind of
that?
like, yeah.
Hmm.
In the very beginning, like when they're going to Vulcan to the distress call. Well, someone listening knows exactly what he says, but I feel
Someone is
like that
going
was the first
crazy
time
right
where I
now.
was like, oh, that's an interesting phrase, like that's a thing. Um, and then
And
it became
whoever's
a
listening
thing.
going crazy because we don't know it, Kelvin doesn't count.
Kelvin doesn't count. Um, I did have thought about this. My years as a stage manager make me want it to just be go. Like
Correct. Ready
Understated.
thrusters? Thrusters go.
right, exactly. Right. Stand by warp, go.
Go.
Like,
That is correct.
that's all
That
it
is
is.
absolutely correct. Oh my God. Oh, that's so funny to me. Oh, that is stage manager humor right there. Because that's all you have.
Oh my
Lines written
God.
out. And you
Right.
have a cue.
Simple.
We're starting to
There's
learn why
Um,
stage manager humor remains backstage.
it's true. Yeah, no,
it's
it's never
true. I
funny
know.
outside of the nerddom. Um, Ethan Peck and Christina Chong had a panel it was interesting because there is everyone caught up on Strange New Worlds, by the way.
No,
Okay.
we're not talking about that right now.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
said
She's like,
I
you
have until
Okay.
nobody told me
16.
to watch it.
No,
I
I was just
know,
asking.
I know I am watching it, but I don't I've gotten over this serial bullshit of having to watch it every week. I
Yeah.
want 4 to 5 episodes at a time, and I just want to
Okay.
eat it through. That's what I like. I ate 2 yesterday, and it was delicious. And I can't wait for us to talk about it after it's all over. But
The
no,
Coming up,
first
we only
two
have two left.
I only have good. There are only
There's
two
only
left.
two left to air.
to
Great,
air,
good.
yeah.
So by the time that I get to them, they'll be out,
Yeah.
and because
Yes.
it's every Thursday, right?
Every
It's every
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
Great.
So yeah, they
But then there's
didn't
all
do
these
any
people who like get like a lot of the sort of like influencer set, right? Like the podcasts that are bigger than us
Yeah. Huh?
get like screeners, right?
Yes.
So that they
Mm-hmm.
can like publish the reviews the next day, right?
Right.
Yes.
And there's like things out there that I'm seeing where I'm like, okay, you're not spoiling anything, but you're teasing things, and that you're like, okay, I think that the only people who should be like teasing unaired episodes are like Paramount themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a violation of whatever they've agreed to get those
Correct.
screeners.
Absolutely.
Uh, well, there were people who definitely wanted Ethan Peck and Christina Chong to spoil things, but they didn't. They were very good,
Good.
and they had nice chemistry, which was
Did
good.
they have nice chemistry? Like,
I don't think there's an offstage romance.
Mm.
Um, it's like when the high school teacher asked Lionel Barrymore, so do you think that Romeo and Juliet were sexually active with each other? And he said, well, in Cleveland they were. Anyway,
Page manager humor.
page manager humor.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I had never seen Anthony Rapp ever. I've never seen him on stage. I've never
Huh?
been to one of his parties.
Wait,
Um,
what?
uh,
What do you mean
and
you've never seen him on stage?
I've never saw Rent. I didn't see.
Well, I didn't see him
you
in Rent. I
know.
saw this other thing he did. What did he did some like one man, two man drama in a small little theater. I can't even remember what it was called. I'm gonna have to
A
look it up. But go
two-hander.
ahead. Yeah.
Anyway, he was fabulous. He was very honest and vulnerable, and because sometimes, especially the people who have been in the industry for a while, not that Anthony Rapp is one of those because he's still young, but they get up there and
He
they're
was
He's
in
like,
Adventures in
53.
you're
Babysitting.
right, that's true, right. But he's not like Shatner, he gets up there and he's like,
Oh,
this
oh, wait,
is
she got a face. She got a face.
oh no,
Adventures in Babysitting. What was he in
He's
that?
he was a
he's like
child.
the best friend of the brother.
He's one of the babies that's being sat.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's like the obnoxious kid.
Oh.
He's
I'll
kind of
Yeah,
the
block that
most
out.
potty mouth of the
he's
kids,
been
you know?
acting forever. But
Yeah, there you
they
go.
some of these actors will get up and go into their shtick. You know what I mean? Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
what I do at these conventions. These are the stories I tell. Or they don't really answer the questions. They just kind of are having a good time, and sometimes that's fun to watch. But he was very like, he got up there and he was like, okay, so yeah, let's answer some questions. And like, no one was at the mic to begin with, and he was like, okay, well, thanks, bye. Like, kind of joking. Like, he was like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have anything unless you ask questions. But then people asked him some really good stuff, and he was fascinating. Um, the the best um, uh, panel. Sorry, I'll start over. The best panel on Sunday, I would say, was Gates McFadden, because she also was just super like herself. Like, you could tell she is like a theater person. She was on her feet the
Oh
whole
yeah.
time. Like, you could tell she like teaches acting. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because she had that energy and she was just like boom, boom with the questions. Again, very honest, very open. Someone, she talked about getting dismissed from TNG, and it's the same story that we've all heard, that she had disagreements with one of the producers, and she had thoughts on her character and they didn't want her to express those thoughts, and um but yeah, she was really great in person. um so yeah, I would say
That's
those are
it?
my
That's all you
highlights.
saw? Okay.
No, I saw them all. Nana Visitor and Chase Masterson had a panel.
What'd they talk
Oh.
about?
They talked a little bit about the uh, Pop Culture Hero Coalition, the
Mhm.
anti-bullying
Mm.
nonprofit that Chase works on, and like, Nana was so generous with the guests who would ask questions and say things to her like, you're an inspiration or whatever, and she would engage with them and be like, you inspire me, but not in a like, placating way, but like,
Mm-hmm.
it felt very real. Like, she was, yeah, she was great. um
Well, you know that I got for my birthday a couple years ago, got a cameo from her.
yes,
And it was
and it
so
was so
good because
sweet.
it was like, I think it was like maybe 2 minutes long, but it was like, I was very much like, while like listening to it, fooled into thinking that she actually must have known me, right? Because it's
Mm,
like my friend who
Mm-hmm.
purchased it like told all of these like personal stories and gave personal information about
Yeah,
me.
cameos are great because they do. I've done them before for someone, and they literally just are like, tell us all the things, because the people actually want to make it seem like
Yeah.
it's not just like, hey,
yeah,
Damien, happy birthday.
Yeah.
it's like, happy birthday, Damien. You know what I
No,
mean?
and it is, and actually it was a gift from our mutual friend Michelle, who, and she and I did legit meet cute in college. We were in an orientation group in college together, and we were like sitting cross-legged on the floor, and I had my like first day of school shoes on, right? Which then like made my foot fall asleep, which then I tried desperately to like wake it up, and then it just kept like creeping up my leg until it was like all my entire leg up to my knee was like fully asleep. And so then it came time to stand up, and I sort of tripped and stumbled over my sleeping foot, and she laughed out loud at me. At which point I was like, oh, obviously we're supposed to be friends, and then we were friends ever after. But it
Oh,
was that story told by Nana Visitor. It's like, that day that your foot
oh,
fell
wow.
asleep, you know, you knew that you made a friend, and it was like it was cute, and it was like she was and then she like transformed it, turned it into a meaningful story about like becoming 40 something, and she's like, now you're like getting there, like you're almost to like your prime, really. I'm like,
Thanks.
thanks, tell me it's ahead.
That's amazing. There were only a couple other panels, so I'll hit them real quick. Celebrity panels. There was Sirach Lofton, Jake Sisko from Deep Space Nine, and he did talk off. I mean, he kind of had a spiel, and then he answered questions at the end. And then Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating from Enterprise, and also from the Decon Chamber, their own podcast, they were on together.
And did they talk about their podcast at all? Because I
They
find it
did, yeah.
interesting because we, anytime that we've, for instance, I listen to them sometimes when they have someone on that I like.
Yeah.
And I listen to the Delta Flyers quite a bit. And it's funny because anytime I've seen them at cons, they don't really seem to talk about their podcast. Like they talk about their life on the show and all of that, but I'm like, this is what you're doing currently, and it's Star Trek related, and I have questions about it,
Like they should actively promote it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they not? Maybe there's direction not to.
Maybe, I don't know. Seems weird.
I mean, it does seem weird, but you never know what people are like. You're here for this, not for, if they know you, then they know about the things you're doing. Let's talk about the thing that you're known for, not the new endeavor that you have taken up.
Oh, there was one more. It was Eugene Cordero, and it was supposed to be Tawny Newsome, but she couldn't make it. So it was Bonnie Gordon. So it became like an animation panel rather than a Lower Decks panel.
Which is so funny because I love that Bonnie Gordon has like created herself as this like convention celebrity.
I know,
right? Because she's done voices on Prodigy, but like mostly not like real
her
characters.
gig.
Like, mostly she's like she's famous from conventions, and she's like funny, and she sang at the DNI con that we went to in Philly, and
she sang at this one. She took Be Our Guest and changed all the lyrics to Love Star Trek or something.
Didn't you send that to us?
I did. I sent you a clip of it.
Oh,
although there were these no recording signs up everywhere, so I tried to surreptitiously do it.
Oh, well, that's so sad.
Creation, if you're listening, his name is Mike Jones.
Mike
Jones.
Bonnie Gordon talked about how she used to work at Disney. She used to live in Orlando, and she worked at Disney.
What did she do for them? That's it?
I think she was like a performer, but I want to say she was like in the
parade. She was dancing. She was or she was like or she did like the Encanto in the middle of Epcot.
Oh, it was way before that.
I know, not Encanto, but I'm just saying, like those little shows that they like every 30 minutes, El Calle, and then it's silent again.
Yeah, she didn't say if she was, because they're not allowed to say that they were Mickey Mouse or something. They have to say that they were friends with Mickey. But she didn't give any of that info, just that she used to work at Disney.
One of the Plus One's friend played Elmo on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Wild.
Did you meet any of our peers, like other podcasters or people in the fan community that were interesting to you, or?
No, I feel like these creation conventions don't have as much of a podcast presence as like the independent conventions. There were, I think, no. No. There were in the vendors room, other than the people selling stuff. There was a WilliamShatner.com booth. They were, I don't know, pushing a book or something that he wrote. But he wasn't there. So I was like, that's interesting that like his people are there. And then, actors who were in one or two episodes who have a table, that kind of thing. And that was kind of it. Oh, there was like a Klingon club that was there, and they do all this work with this nonprofit about education and autism and stuff, and they gave me information on that. Obviously, I retained it all, but
A Klingon club.
yeah, it was
w-
interesting.
Were
I don't
they?
think they necessarily relate to each other, but that is the mission. Because, you know, a lot of these fan clubs have some, you know, philanthropic, you know, goal,
Mm-hmm.
and what they've chosen to focus on. I think one of them had an autistic child, so that
Mm-hmm.
probably
Yeah.
influenced.
Yeah.
But well, they had these little cards that some doctor had developed that had like different emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and you could like point to the face, and
Mm-hmm.
there were things like eat and bathroom, and it was a way to, like, if you have communication barrier issues.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is a universal translator, is what this is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. They use
um,
it. They use it in therapies a lot for kids that
yeah,
are like nonverbal to be able to have them communicate more effectively, and then eventually, possibly, be able to say the words out loud. Pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, yeah, he was saying that his daughter was, I mean, they basically said, you know, the doctors were like, well, she'll never, like, you know, like she'll never go to school. She'll never,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, like, and they were like, well, I don't think that's true. So, you know, they
Hold my
went out of
beer.
their way to, like, you know,
Exactly.
right, exactly. And she's doing great now, you know, she's like in her 30s and has kids, and, you know,
Oh.
so anyway, yeah, it was a inspirational story. But other than that community group, everyone else there was either selling stuff or they were an actor selling autographs.
What'd you buy?
I bought this shirt. I bought a little like a toiletry bag kind of bag that was it's not, I'm just describing the size. Um
This little
that was
toiletry
red
bag
and
is just
black
little.
and had the
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek 50th anniversary logo and a little bangle with Uhura and some tribbles on it. It was really cute.
Oh,
I'm going to use it to organize my, like, you know, magnets and stickers and business cards and stuff when we go to conventions. Um,
nice.
That's kind of
yeah.
a great idea because I always find myself at a convention like collecting things that you receive from people and it goes into
Yes.
some sort of like larger bag and never seen again.
Never seen again.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Um, and you know, I find that I just throw like a rubber band around cards and stickers and throw them in my suitcase, you know. So
And
this
then
way
they're
I can be a little bit
destroyed.
more organized. Right. Yeah. They're all bent up.
Mm-hmm.
TSA took one. No, I don't know. But
Probably. Thieves.
probably. Um,
No
but
other
I think that
goodies?
was it. I
No
really didn't buy
pins?
that much. I
Boo. No
didn't.
dolls, action figures.
Yeah, were the fan sets people there and did you
Yeah, and
talk to
did tell
them
them.
on behalf of Lanita?
I did
I
buy a
need
pin.
that to
The
see.
fan sets people were not there, but there was a fan sets reseller. And I bought one of the insignias from the movies, the original series movies. So it's like
Mm.
the Delta with the circle and that wide band in the back.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most like screen accurate one that's ever been produced, and fan sets made it. So I bought that. Um, they had a lot of pins. Like, it was, I was trying to not spend too much money. That was more expensive than the other pins because it was
You know
bigger.
what they sell now, which I think is really cool, is the mobile emitter.
Oh, I
I
have one of
saw
those.
that. You have the
Do you
new
have one of
one
those?
with the
No.
super no with the super magnet that like you have to like put your little finger in to pop it off and you keep it on its little fan set thing so that
Oh.
because it's really yeah they're like put it back on its little thing so that you can easily take it apart. Yes,
I
Famicom?
love that you
Wow.
can just wear it on your shoulder
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and just wait for somebody to notice it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought one that at the last convention, at the Trek to Long Island, that's 3D printed, that a fan made, but the
Ah,
magnets aren't that strong. Like, it could easily get knocked off.
no,
Um,
not this one. This new one,
yeah.
like I watched. Did someone send this to me? Or did I feel like I just saw it? Like I just saw it and they were like, this is what's new. And it's like thin, but the
Oh, I think
magnet,
I sent it to you.
I think you sent it to me, like the
Yeah.
magnet inlays in the back of the thing. So it truly just, and it can't be
I
knocked off.
I always send you fan sets things because
I have to look
and
those
And I
up.
listeners,
always,
if you
and I
don't know
all,
this, fan set is the company that makes pins and badges and they make communicator pins and they make character pins
Oh,
they're,
this is
at a
gorgeous.
previous convention, Lanita
see,
bought some inventory,
sure did. Whole
bought some
lot.
inventory and had some
Oh.
opinions on things that were missing.
Yes, Moopsie. in all of
And Murph.
and Merv, his name is Merv, and he's amazing.
Merv.
I need him in all of his iterations, and he's a little butt, and even when he, and when he's big,
And he has little legs.
the legs.
I didn't see any Murphs. I did see a Moopsie. This one cosplayer had a Moopsie in a like a box on their back,
Like a
like a
cage.
backpack, and it was like a Moopsie containment unit, and it had lights in it.
That's awesome.
It was
I
cute.
love it.
That's awesome. That is truly. I mean, if you could create an alien, like I know that someone was high off of something, microdosing
Right.
shrooms, because it is made of nightmares. Moopsie is stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
It just is. It drinks your bones.
It can drink your bones.
Wild.
Amazing.
No, but did you have a good time? Is there anything that you wanted more of, or like, is there like, because I know you've been to quite a few conventions.
Well,
Are
I
there
will
things
say,
that you wish were more or less?
I wish so. These regional creative conventions only really do one stage, so there's not like a second stage with smaller panels. They did have a couple science panels. They had a couple scientists, and they were fascinating. They had this slide that showed all of the orbital craft, like the Hubble. Like there was a list of telescopes, like the Hubble and all the other ones, and then the ones that have been planned. And then the next slide was most of those had red X's through them because of budget cuts.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had several slides like that. Like it was like just they were like, we're not talking about politics. A lot of people started their not several times. People from the stage were like, okay, I'm not going to talk about politics, and kind of avoided it because, you know, the current climate and Florida, you know, we have a governor that is an idiot. So but they weren't going to say that.
Put it kindly. Yeah.
To put it kindly. So but she was like I'm trying to find their name because I feel bad that I'm not giving these brilliant scientists an actual call out. But they said, again, not to get political, but like the budget cuts directly affected us. Like this, it's really obvious. Like these are the facts. We're not talking politics. We're giving you the facts.
Facts, yeah.
Interesting.
And they were like, and one of them, she was like, and I worked very closely on this one, and it was very hard that to see it get cut.
I wonder, you know how I always okay, I'm gonna start a sentence and actually finish it. Go.
Dr. Jess and Liv Green, their names. Yeah.
Amazing. I always wonder, we put all this stuff out like in space, right? What happens to it? Like at some point, a satellite's gonna break down. Does it have a return to Earth function? Does that shit just float off into who the fuck
that's kind
knows
of what
where?
we learned at
What did we learn?
previous convention. I think this was actually a panel that Bree Fram was on when we first encountered her at the DNI Con talking about space garbage, that it just stays there. And that there's all of this sort of debris or objects that are launched up into space that aren't brought back, that just kind of live there, that are kind of now causing actual obstructions when it comes to astronomy, trying to observe,
Phenomena.
And find that there's obstructions to actually being able to see all the things that we need to see outside of our own orbit.
Is there no way to get it back?
Well, now you're
They
exhausting
discussed
exhausting
a couple
the sphere
options.
of my knowledge.
One of them was to send up a second satellite that clings onto it and replenishes its battery. There were other options of sending up other satellites that would, I think that was how. I don't think they were shooting them down, but there was a way to latch onto one of them and then make it do like an orbital descent and land in the ocean. But those are expensive options.
Ocean.
Like you're sending up another satellite to help this old.
For the amount of debris up there, it's a huge lift to remove one piece. Yeah,
it was fascinating.
And this is why we shouldn't go into space.
no, we should go into space.
I would love that if we ultimately had like an anti-space travel Star Trek podcast. Really don't actually do it. Down Earth.
Every episode is like, well, this wouldn't have happened if you'd stayed home. You wouldn't have got assimilated if you stayed home.
No, but I just started thinking about that. Honestly, when I started watching Strange New Worlds, I was like, all the stuff that's up there, like all of the space stock. You got this on the wormhole. You got people just all the emissions. Where's the gas coming from? Where are the neutrons? Like, where are you mining this shit from? Have you exhausted every goddamn planet that has dilithium? Who's replenishing more? My logical brain spins out.
I gotta tell you something though. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but dilithium is made up.
No shit, Sherlock. I'm just saying. You don't know that. The name could be made up, but you don't know there could be a universe out there where there's another. Exactly. Don't you yuck my yum.
That's funny.
Okay. All right. So you know what? I think they should have more sciencey panels. I enjoyed the one that we saw in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It was really fascinating. Like really fascinating.
Well, and I actually appreciate that that some of these topics that you get at a smaller convention, or I should even say maybe a convention that's big enough to have multiple panel rooms simultaneously, so that you can get things like, we got all these like queer panels at Trek Long Island. I mean, that was specifically for that, but things like, I mean, we joke about it, but when we were at Trek New Jersey last year and Llewellyn did the
Comfort Women and Dabo Girls.
Dabo Girls panel. I mean, it's a fascinating topic. I mean, maybe it was like not a topic that should have been on that like cavernous auditorium stage.
As the first panel.
However, in a smaller room,
it would have been very dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, if they had multiple rooms, then yeah, that would have been a great side room group panel. Yeah. Yeah. What else?
You tell us. You were there.
You interview me.
Can I ask some change of season questions since now we're on season 5? Can I ask you to name some of your favorite things about season 4 and tell your hopes and dreams for season 5?
Ooh, that's a lovely question.
Since if we're gonna make a thing of this, that now we're in season 4 is over, just because we happen to stop making pods for a couple weeks.
No, I feel like there's a rhyme and a reason. I feel like Mike Jones goes, I think
the transition. Turn the page.
Turn the page.
Ding. Time to turn the page. Okay, so I'm looking back. So season 4 started with us interviewing Misty Chance.
Ooh.
That was season 4?
Yeah, that was the beginning of season 4. And season 5 I remember
the cover. I know, and I remember the cover, that nice white hair on the avatar.
Yes. And it's funny, I didn't even think about this. Season 5 has started with us interviewing Demanda Martini. So we start every season with a drag queen. Season 3 was started with Damien.
It tracks. It does track.
Yeah. Okay. You asked for highlights of the season. Honestly, Colonel Bree Fram was a huge highlight of last season for me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like her interview was amazing. It is the episode I tell people to listen to if they don't even know anything about Star Trek, but they want to support the pod. I'm like, start with this one. Like, I'll just stop there. That was the highlight for me of last season.
That's a good one. That was one of those things where it's like, ooh, I can use my connection. Finally, I can add value to the pod instead of just showing up. I was like, ooh, that's what you want. +1, make it so.
That's amazing.
He did.
Well, it was great. Thank you.
Yeah, then you just scored us a colonel.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at those military connections.
All right, Lenita, same question for you. Season 4, what some favorite moments of yours?
I think favorite moments of mine are the new watching, rewatching for you all of the movies. Because I think I really enjoy
being the center of
getting
attention.
yes. And I really enjoy the fact that we get to pull in like friends of the pod to who are like, "Oh yeah, I love that movie," and get each of your perspective of your rewatch of it and how it differs from your first watch of it compared to my first watch in like this time period.
Well, and I think that is like, and it kind of highlights one of the things that we have sort of built into us with our dynamic is that we all have a, Mike and I have these like separate long histories with all of this material that are different from one another, and that your perspective coming to Star Trek as an adult is just kind of it's just a whole new way to look at things. I mean, obviously we've gotten stuck on some familiar topics when it comes to our friend the Armus.
That is correct.
Yes,
but it's still so interesting. Like, like Star Trek was in my like purview. Like I knew about it, and I may have seen an episode. Like I remember like seeing maybe an episode or two when I was younger, but it wasn't a destination. Like I wasn't watching that type of sci-fi. I was watching like X-Files, right? Like I was like it wasn't. It's like, oh, okay, cool ship, bald guy. Like I can remember it, but not like I wasn't sitting down every week the family to watch it. And I don't even think I really remember like Voyager or anything like that when it was on. I remember Card and just somewhere in the back of my mind remember Cisco. But that's
do you remember what prompted you to sit down and like consume it all? That you're like, I'm gonna start from point A and I'm gonna get into there's no more letters left in the alphabet and watch it all.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we talked about Star Trek and you were like, yeah, I think you would really like it. And
And I think Michelle had watched a bunch of it too. She got hooked on Voyager and was really
and yeah, because she's all about that. She's like Janeway, and I was sort of like, okay, white lady running a ship, but but then I was like, if I'm gonna do this, like that's me with anything. Like if I'm gonna do it, and there is history before whatever the current thing is, I want to know where it came from. Like I'll look at it through the lens of the time that it was made. Yes, I'll be critical of it from my perspective now, but to appreciate it for what it was doing at the time, I was just like, oh, okay, there's a lot of it to watch. Cool. And there's different variations and different iterations. And I'm interested in like science and exploration. And I like the premise of it. I was watching something. Oh, you know how Facebook has those stupid reels that really aren't reels, but they're trying to be Instagram in some weird way? And Brett Spiner came on talking about the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek and the fact that Star Wars is basically about hope. Like it's sort of like a hope for a better future without the wars and da da. And it's like Star Trek is about exploration. Like we're already in this place and we're just looking to explore and expand our mind and our knowledge of what is out there aside from ourselves. I was like, I kind of like that. And I don't want to hope to be in some utopia because I feel like that's never going to happen. I just want to be living in the utopia that one day will exist outside of me, but like to just learn some new things. So that's it for me. What about you, Damason?
I think that I just like that we got into this groove of guests. That our format became guest based, which gave us this opportunity to build this network. And wait, I'm going to use a word. I'm going to use a word. You can judge my use of this word, but we made friends.
Friends.
We made friends. That we which it sort of forced us to be part of the community. I think like
Yeah.
having Heather Wood on was huge because it got us in person out to a place where we got on stage for a minute and said who we are and what we do. And
Yeah.
which, you know, if you know me outside of this context, I'm not an onstage person. I'm not a backstage person. I'm behind backstage. Like I am, that is not my comfort zone. So that was like a big, I think for me, and I think for us, and I think when we started doing those sort of like collages of faces, it sort of hit me like this sort of real variety of people that we
Yeah.
have gotten to talk to, and this, you know, and that we have these rapid fire questions now that is like is sort of like it is a way to learn about Trekkies
Yeah.
and see like how we're all kind of the same yet we're all really really very different. And um yeah, and I think
I hadn't thought about that. I was just looking back. Yeah, we really did switch into having guests in almost every episode.
and I
If
think
you look at
we
the
had
season
Misty
before
Chance
that,
on, which by
yeah,
the way we should have Misty Chance back
Heck yeah.
yes,
sometime as a
absolutely.
thank you because she's terrific and so caustic and brilliantly funny.
Yes.
And but that was our like the idea that we could be like, hey, do you want to come on our show and talk to us?
Mm-hmm.
That people tend to say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wild.
And because I was like, surely she's does. I mean, who are we? You know, but people want to come on and talk about themselves. So
and we want to talk about them too.
yes,
And then learn
or
about
Sean Ferrick said yes. I did not expect him to say yes. You know,
yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, super fun. You know, that was like, and that was maybe not, that was season 3, maybe, but it was like, it was kind of one of the first times that we had done that. And it was a,
It was
you
in
know,
season 3.
I think one of the most fun for me was Derek Tyler Attico because I tore through that book and then it was like a day later he was on and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I read that book. And now I get to ask him anything that I want. I mean, it was like that. The idea of getting to like interview someone who wrote a book that you just read, it was like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That was I love that.
Not to mention he's a great guest and super smart.
Yes.
And
it was a good episode to listen to too. I was like, I was missing, and I was like, oh, this is riveting.
Speaking of Derek Tyler Attico, I want to plug his podcast. The name just left me.
Soul of
What
the
is
Story.
it? Soul of the Story. Soul of the
Yeah.
Story.
Ooh.
They're doing a Star Trek captain's like kind of autobiography author roundtable thing.
Oh,
And that's the
excellent.
night that we're recording this. It's happening live in like an hour. But the listener, go check out Soul of the Story and listen because you know it's I suspect it's going to be a fascinating conversation. So
Well, and it's funny because who did you know, that I before we had him on, I listened to his podcast, and who did he have on? Matt Jennings.
oh yeah,
You know, and
friend of the pod.
right. Friend of the pod.
yes. And I appreciated that Sunil and Lee Ellen were willing to fucking get down in the mud with us in that
In our
debate
debate
club.
Yes.
Like and the convention review, they were, you know, they were
Mhm.
they were nothing too lowbrow for them, which we love and respected, and
Love and respect.
went you know, hit below the belt many a times.
You know, I also like the fact that we're not we're precious, but we're not precious about what we talk about. Like we talk about Star Trek, but we can also talk about other things as it relates to Star Trek. And I think when we watched Fast Color
Mm,
and it was like a completely different format, like
yeah.
Sabrina, like it was so different than anything we'd done before. And I liked that. I liked the fact that it was like it was related, but not really related, but just different enough, just close enough where it made sense. I thought
Well,
that
and
was
what we asked her to do was to bring us a movie that a Trekkie would love.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was like, and I had such a great time. I was like, you can join our podcast. Sabrina's got her own. She's just fine without us. But
Correct.
Right.
at the end of that, I was like, that was super
Sisters,
fun.
they are they
Yes.
are doing it for themselves.
They are.
They are.
They're just fine. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh.
No, but I honestly I enjoy the fact that there's different breadths of knowledge between the three of us. I think that collectively we gel really well together and can give each other shit and laugh about it.
Yay.
All right, so season 5, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, yeah, we're looking forward to Mike Jones.
What are your hopes and dreams, Mike Jones?
Well, I think we need to continue down the path of guests. I'd love to expand and get some other podcasters on. And, there's so many great Star Trek podcasts out there. That's, I think something we can focus on, trying to get some of those friends and make new friends and get some of those folks on the pod. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of community is kind of what I'm looking forward to in season 5. And
it's funny because people are like, because we did have our dear friend, maybe he's listening, Leonard Crowfoot, was sort of broke the seal in terms of having actors from the show.
Loved him.
But
so
sweetest man.
Someone was like, well, maybe you can like sort of like bridge that into like getting more famous actors. Sure. Obviously, sure, we would love that. We had Stephanie Chakowski from Star Trek Picard.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely, so fun.
So
but also
good.
like, I'm so much more interested in talking to all of these other people out there. Lucy Blue Skies. I mean, all that weird shit she is doing is is amazing and opened my mind and heart. Watch. I mean, it was like that's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. Also, live shows.
Yeah, you keep pushing the live show. I think that's a fun idea.
That's like when we did our game show. That was
the game show was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
That's the live of it all. Well,
also, they changed their name.
Oh.
Did they?
It's no longer Trexperts Quiz Show?
Unless I was ready. It's not the Trexperts Quiz Show. It's
clearly I've been listening.
They literally just changed it today.
Oh.
It is.
There you
go. Trek Masters.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I mean, I feel like you two should return again. I can just be the comedic relief again for whatever they're going to decide to put forth as the topic.
And you guys went on Quark Tank together, and you were excellent.
Right.
Yes, we were.
We went on Quark
We were
Tank.
fucking excellent.
You both were. While I was stuck at work.
And I will admit that the team that won, they did the damn
Oh
yeah, no, it was great.
It was great, but we were excellent.
The team that won was MC Frodis, who's from Strange New Pod and also does. I'm sorry, I'm getting. I like wound up a sentence that I didn't have the words in my brain to finish. From Strange New Pod and Trek Masters. Sorry.
Yeah.
Checks notes. Trek
Masters. Your brain said no.
My brain is like, I have not committed that to memory yet. I'm trying real hard. It's now called.
That's amazing.
I'm just looking forward to more. That's really like, I'm looking forward to whatever new Trek is coming that we can talk about. I'm looking forward to maybe, I don't know, figuring out new ways to dissect different series, sections, shows,
parts of the
Cadet School coming up.
We have Cadet School. Yes.
Oh, Cadet School. Oh, it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So I just me. I'm always more. And then, our take on it is vastly different than probably many of the other podcasts that are out there. They're all about being very, very accurate. We don't have a fact checker here. Fact checker quit. So
well, and actually,
check on your own.
I am eager to do a Strange New Worlds like season wrap up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like there's a lot of I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but there's some really polarizing episodes. There's some ones that there's people loving and hating on the same episode. It's not unanimous. So I'm gonna be real curious as to where each of us weighs in, because
right.
Yeah, I gotta get my notes together.
Yep.
So many episodes. so little time. May have to be a two-parter, because we're not. I don't want. No, because I don't want us to be like, oh, well, we can only talk about this much because we only got an hour, 2 hours. Like, I get it. It'll be over and done with. But
We can break it up.
I think we should. I think we should. Because you've watched it all, so uh, where the good break would be. Like, is it
Right.
is it the first 5 episodes, first 6, and then we do the back half? I don't know yet. I've only watched 2, and I've enjoyed them both.
Well,
there is an entire. Well, we could do an entire episode talking about biracial identity. That one of them has inadvertently sparked a very,
Ooh.
a very. I don't want to say heated, but a very sort of deep conversation about biracial identity and the way that it's handled in Star Trek, and
yeah, I can't wait to talk about it
in ways that can be problematic.
Yeah.
Well, if that, I mean, I feel like since none of us are biracial, we know any friends of the pod who are watching this, because I would love to have someone with their own personal experience be able to weigh in versus us assuming. Because to me, I have my opinions of the matter, but so did the government.
Well, you'll know when you watch the episode, and you holler at me if you think that's a good topic.
Okay. I'm down for that.
Yeah, we should find a guest for that for sure. I'm trying to think of through our guests. I don't know.
I have friends, but they don't watch Trek.
Right.
And that's the sad part.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
can you
because
just watch
this is
this
like,
episode, please?
no, and it's not even just an episode. It's about like how
It's
do
a
we
whole
handle
thing.
Spock? How do we
It's a
handle
whole thing.
Ilana Torres? How do we
It's a
handle
whole thing.
like
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too much into it, but it just there were other problems I had with that episode.
Oh my God, I'm so this is when I get excited when you all like, I don't want to spoil it. However,
hot topic.
Right. Hot topic.
Hot take. Here's my question. Is it further super far in, or am I coming up to it near and dear? Because
It's somewhere in the middle.
Okay, cool.
Middle section.
Okay, cool. So by Friday I'll be there.
You're near.
Okay, by Friday I'll be there.
It's funny though, for that episode, the one of the pods that I listened to, Trek Movie Pod.
Yeah.
They were like, this episode is so crazy. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna take a shot of Jack. I'm gonna do the pod drunk. And then the other host was like, she's like, well, I don't really drink, but I'm gonna light up I'm gonna take a toke or two.
Wow.
Okay.
They seemed pretty sober to me when they
did
it.
I mean,
it was like
it's
out there. It's out there.
It could go down in the history in the rankings as one of the worst, in my opinion. Harsh.
I don't know that it's the worst. I think it's polar. I don't think it's entirely hated. So anyway,
I don't think it is entirely hated. I'm just like, I'm on one end of the poll. I'm on one.
Oh my goodness.
We're vague booking now.
Ooh. So I'm definitely watching two more tonight. Okay, I'm in. Here we go.
Well,
gotta get there by Friday.
All right, lovely guest. When to
wrap up. Look at the timestamp. Look at the timestamp. That is actually one of my favorite things. That right there, where Damien's like, "Oh, we were ending, and then she's still talking."
Listen. Okay, so spoiler, because I don't know when we're releasing anything anymore, but that
not our job.
We've had a couple occasions where we have had guests where we have done double headers. Correct. Where we've recorded 2 episodes in a row.
Yes.
This old man right here in the upper right corner of my own Zoom screen. There's a certain point where I reach, and it gets to be a little bit. It's coming up on 9:45.
I watch your eyes, like I can tell. Damien's like, you don't even understand. Like I can see when your face. I know.
Both of you are texting me. And the other, like Mike Jones, literally sent me a text. I was like, "Are you gonna be all right?"
Right. I'm like, what? You're fading.
You're good.
I'm trying to keep up. And the best part is that we do the screenshot photo at the end of part 1, because it's its own episode, and then we change shirts, and then we do the whole thing again. And the difference in the faces.
Your face.
I was like,
yeah, we look great. Goodbye. Gotta go.
It would be different if we weren't doing this after a whole work day.
But I like that I'm doing it after a whole work day because it makes me happy. No, it makes me happy. It's something I look forward to. I literally got in the car. Like I was like, I'm leaving on time. getting home. I said to the old lady, "What are you eating? There's no food in the house." Like, we're fucking gone to McDonald's, man. Get a goddamn meal.
You went to
And
McDonald's tonight?
sure fucking did. Got a number 8. Got my little fish sandwich, came home, my sweet tea. Can't tell the dictator because he wasn't here. He was out at the park with First Jones, running amok apparently. I was like, where the hell is he? She's like, Pandora got her. Okay, great, bye. So yeah,
You
shove
know
that
what?
down.
You
And
know
it
what
was
my
great.
guilty pleasure is now?
What?
Wingstop, and it's like
Never
it's
had
like
it.
it is like it is like elevated chicken McNuggets in a bunch of different flavors. And now I'm realizing after like I had my we just had a holiday weekend. I won't say what because I don't know when we're releasing this, but it was I
I feel
took
like this is shady.
No,
Are
no, no,
we-
no, no, no. You know what it's like? I'm telling you, it's
is this
like
the
those
conversation
reels.
should we wrap up and then I'll tell these stories?
No, I know I love this because it's literally like I was just talking to the old lady about how there are these reels where it's like you see a couple and it's like, "Hi, I'm Damien. I booked the travel. Hi, I'm Colby.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
I'm Damien. I made a reservation. Hi, I'm Colby. Hi, I'm like I am just the name. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what time it is. Like do I have lightning lane? What park? I just know here are the shirts. I plan the outfits. That's all I got. That's all I got. Can't ask me anything else. Where are we eating? No, no.
I don't know.
What time are we gonna get there?
Well, I had my Wingstop this weekend. I had like a day to myself. There was nobody watching. I I got like a little cannabis activity beforehand to make it extra delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all the extra delicious, but the amount of
Heartburn?
yes,
Oh no.
upstairs, downstairs, and everything in between was
Yeah.
unhappy with this choice. And I finally was like, I like enough because I was like, I don't have anywhere to be tomorrow. This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I just have to not do it anymore.
Yeah, it's
No,
it.
you have to medicate. You have to get that Prilosec in you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
get some
Coat
milk
that
of
stomach.
magnesia in the cabinet.
No, I listen. I had all of the products that I was convinced were going to help me
And they didn't.
punish myself in this way, and it was not. No,
I'm sorry, hun.
yeah.
That's
We
terrible.
all have to give up things that we love, but
This is
never Star
true.
Trek.
But
Never.
never Star Trek. Okay, Mike Jones, you can close it out. We've said all we need to say.
Bye, Wingstop.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Well, Wingstop, not a sponsor.
Destroys your insides, allegedly.
No,
Oh
we're
my
breaking
God.
up. I'm sorry.
Thank you all for listening. I hope you weren't eating Wingstop as you listen to this. If you enjoyed today's episode, leave us a review wherever you get your podcast. 5 stars. Like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. We're at Hailing Freak Open, wherever you want to find us, or hailingfrequencies.open.com. And with that, I will say, Hailing Frequencies closed.
No goodbyes. Just good memories. Hailing frequencies closed, sir.
Au revoir, Natasha.